Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the R Anime Podcast. I'm Faith Steele Taylor, and this week we're going to be talking about slice of life. Woo!
Oh, yeah.
Everyone's favorite genre, and is like one of the most popular genres on Mal. But we're going to be talking about that soon enough with my good friends, Shaking807.
Yo, yo.
basedbecker.
What up?
And our guest of the week, Nico9Lives. How you doing, fam?
I am doing very well.
How's your day?
Thank you for having me. It's 8 a.m. It's going great.
Fuck yeah.
Wow, that's a great way to start your day.
9.
The best part of waking up is podcast.
Slice of life in your cup. And we're doing this live. So what do you guys think of slice of life? So first of all, like, we gotta define slice of life, right? Because, like, it's on almost it's on so many genre descriptions on shows on Mel, and a lot of them that it feels like they don't fit. So what do you guys think of when the term slice of life comes to mind?
I choose Becker to go first.
All right. So when I think of like slice of life, I think of like characters just like for me, the meaning is like characters just living out their daily lives. So it's usually like an episodic show, but sometimes it isn't. But it's usually just characters just hanging out, doing what they would normally do. Some would call that boring, but I don't find it boring most of the time. But, yeah.
It definitely depends. Like, if they do a good job, it's not boring, but then if they don't do a good job of presenting a topic in an interesting way, then it can be boring, and then that's their fault.
Pretty much.
Yeah, that's a good point, because, like, if you took just the idea of, say, KyoAni, it sounds incredibly boring. You got like 4 later 5 girls in a club, and they barely ever play music, and they just sit around, drink tea, and eat cake. That sounds like the boringest premise of all time.
Yeah. And then they do a good job of making it not boring.
Yeah, exactly. What about you, Nico? What do you think?
I think if you're going to talk about like slice of life, you have to talk about like character interactions, because I feel like that's one of the biggest things that slice of life does well over, like, I don't know if you're going to like define it on like how it does, is it's pretty much almost always going to have at least like some like high focus on character interaction over actual plot. Because with like slice of life, I don't know, there's not really a plot usually. It's just kind of like there.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to think it would be like take my boring life and then like make it interesting and then just watch a bunch of like cute characters do things.
So we want to include like cute girls doing cute things under the whole like slice of life genre as well. Like it's like a faction.
I think it's a subgenre of slice of life, but not just cute girls. You have like just like cute character designs usually for slice of life.
No, I feel it's something that's like very inherently anime, right? Like before I got really into anime, I don't think I had heard the term slice of life before. Like you don't go to Barnes & Noble and see like a slice of life section in the book section, and you don't go to movies and be like, oh, I want to see like a slice of life film.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you wouldn't talk about, like, you know, we have, like, it's just, like, Friends. You wouldn't call Friends a slice of life. Even though it's, like, if you think about it, it has the same characteristics when it's just looking at their daily lives. Not really, like, an overarching goal for the story, but it's just them doing it big. Like, so it's kind of, it definitely feels like an anime term. That you could apply to other things, but it doesn't really fit sometimes.
Yeah, it's very anime. I
feel like it
has to do with...
Yanika?
Oh, sorry. I think it has a lot to do with like the demographics that it's like targeted at, because I think slice of life in general is usually targeted at like the 18 to 30 demographics.
For the older folks.
Yeah, for the older folks. So it's supposed to be like something you're supposed to like, because you're like the boring like workaholic in Japan, and then you come back and you watch a bunch of like characters just have like fulfilling lives, and now it's getting depressing. I'll stop.
But that's also
a good point, though.
It's also where Iyashike healing anime come into play as well. Like anime that just make you feel better. But yeah, I guess that all makes sense. As to like what makes slice of life. To me, it's like I know it when I see it. Like certain things might have those elements. Shaw, you brought this up, the pre-roll before, talking about Cowboy Bebop and how that kind of has like slice of life elements, but like no one would really ever term it as such. And you have things like that are more slice of life-esque, like Oregairu, but that's also clearly not a slice of life.
Yeah, you
Even
definitely
though
have to
it
take
has-
the tone into consideration too. Sorry to cut you off.
No.
Because a lot of time I think it's the tone as well. Like, oftentimes you could say, like, there's a fine line between, like, everyday drama and everyday slice of life. But sometimes with everyday drama, it feels more so like the defining moments are more of, like, the tension between characters, where I think, like, slice of life is more about, like, the interest in everyday interactions between them. Like, the funny shenanigans you can get into, or, like, just, like, usual interactions that we'd find boring in real life, but that manages to seem cute or interesting in anime. I think that's, like, a differentiator between the two.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. So, yeah, and I think that's pretty much why I like it too, just because it's so different than most of the other things we get. And in a sense, it requires like better directing and writing than other shows. Like, if you have a really action-heavy, plot-heavy anime, you don't think about the writing as much, right? Like with, I don't know, say, like an action-heavy show like Fate's Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works, for the majority of people, like, no one's really caring about, like, the character interactions or, like, how they're developing and everything. Like, a lot of it is, like, how great it looks fight-wise and action-wise and the overarching plot that's going on.
Yeah,
Whereas
like,
you don't have... Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like, people don't really comment on, say, like, the date episode, but they'll comment on, like, the fights between them or, like, the, like, huge showdowns between characters.
Exactly. So you don't have that crutch to, like, lean back on, be like, oh, crap, like, how are we going to develop these characters? I don't know, let's just throw, like, a 10-minute fight scene on screen that has flashing lights.
Well, like, with Slice of Life, it's, like, completely reliant on its characters. Like, you have nothing else but your characters. And so if your characters are boring, then the show's not going to be good. Like, I guess,
Right.
I don't know. Because,
No,
like,
yeah.
there's a lot of shows or, like, Slice of Life, I was like, yeah, this is a decent show. But then just, like, the characters start to fall off or they're just not interesting. And you just are like, I don't want to watch anymore. Because you can make the most mundane thing ever interesting with good characters. But you can't make, like, the most interesting good with bad characters a lot of the times.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know about
Especially,
you guys,
yeah.
but I always find, like, when thinking about slice of lives, I think there are very few, like, amazing, like, groundbreaking slice of lives, but I also think there's very few, like, god-awful slice of lives. Like, it's very much, like, a moderate zone for
You
them.
can't really go
Like,
wrong
they're
with, like, that.
It's kind of like
genre
sports.
on it. Yeah.
It's like, the sports
Like, you
genre is
can't
just
really
fun to
fuck it up
watch.
It's
that
hard to
much.
fuck up.
You can't
It's
really
hard to fuck up, but
Slice
it's
of
also
Life
hard
or
to, like, be
sports.
groundbreaking. Like, it's hard to call
Yeah.
one,
Right.
at least for me, like, a groundbreaking masterpiece, but it's also tough for me to say, like, wow, this is the worst thing I've seen. Like, nothing's gonna be really offensive, but nothing's also gonna be a huge standout. That's at least, like, for me with slice of lives.
No, I feel you. You've said this before, and I agree. I think it's also a product of, like, it's not gonna have anything that, like, totally offends you, right? Like, if there's no drama, then there's nothing that, like, really makes the show go off the rails or anything. It just doesn't develop the way you want it to.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
So, I feel you, yeah. Yeah, I think it was Yupecker who pointed out, I think sports anime is the same way too, just because, like, you know, they're playing a sport. There's gonna be a lot of action, there's gonna be a lot of hype moments, presumably, and there's gonna be, like, a lot of episodes devoted to a lot of matches, but it's gonna be hard for you to, like, make it absolutely terrible.
You'd have to, like, actively try hard to, like, fuck up, like, a sports show or
You have
something.
to be Battery, I think.
Battery, yeah, because Battery wasn't even trying to be a sports show. It was trying to be,
No,
like,
it wasn't. It was trying to be character drama,
it
and
was
it
trying
kind
to
of
be character
failed.
drama with sports as a vehicle through which it developed its drama, and it had so much potential. Like, Battery has the biggest difference, I think, in between, like, its worst episodes and its best episodes. Like, its worst episodes were, like, 1 out of 10, and its best were, like, holy crap, this is, like, almost amazingly perfect. But enough about Battery. Let's talk about, like, actually good slice of life that we enjoyed. So, Becker, what would you say is one of your favorite, or maybe your favorite slice of life you've seen?
So my favorite slice of life, probably of all time, is Aria. I get not necessarily the animation, but like Aria the origination in particular. So Aria is a Iyashikei show about some girls who live on Neo Venezia, which is basically like this new like Venice place on, I think it's Mars or something. And so it's basically what you would expect Venice to be, but like a bunch of cute girls and stuff.
On Mars.
Yeah. Well,
Already the best show ever.
Yeah, it kind of is. But the show is about like these girls who are gondola, I guess, drivers. They're boat people. And the show is about like them growing as people and wanting to be primas, which is like, I guess, like the highest spot you can be. Like that's like a master gondola driver. And the show is pretty episodic, but it doesn't get like really, really good until the third season, which is Origination, which is like basically everyone's favorite. And what makes it like really special to me is like how it makes me care about these characters over a very long period of time, and kind of like makes it hard to say goodbye to these characters in the third season.
That's the worst.
Yeah. Like I didn't even realize like how much I really liked these characters because the first season's 13 episodes, the second season is 26, and the third season is 13. So by like 40, I want to say, I can't do math right now, but like almost 50 episodes it takes, kind of slow, but it makes you like really like these characters and really like be interested in this world. And then it kind of just like just snatches it from you at the very end, and it's just like, wow, that's fucking amazing. I don't know. It's one of the few anime to make me cry, not because like anyone died or anything. It's not like a super sad, but it's like seeing someone like graduate from high school or something. Like, I don't know, if you were a parent and you saw like your children graduate from high school or something, like you won't see your friends. You won't see your friends like graduate, or you won't see your friends anymore, and that's like really hard to like cope with. But the show is about like the main like theme of the show is like appreciating everything in life, because it's not going to be there forever.
Right. Dang. Yeah, I mean, I've heard so many good things about Aria. I unfortunately haven't seen it, and it's kind of sad because a lot of people seem not to want to watch it just because it's an older show. It's
definitely dated with its animation, not gonna lie. But I think it's really worth it. There's a reason why like it's really highly rated. That's the reason why it's like every elitist favorite slice of life, along with like Haibane Renmei.
Haibane Renmei for sure. Yeah, that gets brought up a lot.
Yeah.
I did say I was gonna watch Aria as part of I think it's Aria, Legend of the Galactic Heroes, and I'm not sure what the third one is. I think you can just choose it as part of Gintama as part of my like exit package from anime. Like after I finish those, I'll like never be able to watch anime again. So those will be it, and then I'll like see you Space Cowboy never. Like that's gonna be it.
Rip.
So soon TM on Aria.
To be honest, I'm kind of just lazy, and I looked at like the 52 episodes there's for Aria, and I'm like, nah.
Like, I really want to watch it.
Like, it's not something you want to binge either. Yeah. It's something you want to like take your. It took me about a year to watch the whole series. I watched like the animation in like summer, and then I watched the natural in fall, and then in the winter, like a little after Christmas, I watched Origination. It was fantastic, and I wouldn't do it any other way again.
Yeah. That's another thing with Slice of Life. It's nice how you can watch at your own pace. Like, the characters won't go anywhere. Like, I remember it took me a while to finish watching KyoAni and such. Just because, like, I didn't feel like this urgent need to, like, rush through it. Because it wasn't like it was building up to, like, this giant plot point.
But the ending of KyoAni is pretty satisfying. Like,
oh, yeah, it's great. I really love it.
KyoAni, I, like, couldn't put down. I like tried, and then I had it on autoplay, and it just didn't stop playing, and I was like, okay, I'm okay with this. I'll keep watching.
I have to give Fate a lot of credit, because I watched KyoAni as part of a contract with Fate, and I was like, yo, I don't like cute girls doing cute things. I'm gonna hate this show. And Fate's like, yo, you're gonna hate this show, but like you should probably watch it anyway. And then I started the first episode, and I realized that Yui was the most perfect person of all time. And then I binge watched the whole show, the first season, the second season, and the movie in like 2 days. And I was like, okay, Faye, you win this round. Like, this is like the best thing I've seen. Like, just them like dicking around, like Mio getting scared of her own shadow and shit. Like Ritsu and Yui like trolling everyone, trying to get out of doing work. And then like movie with tea and stuff. Combo. I was like, this is perfect. This is what slice of lives are about. This is it. Like, this is the pinnacle.
I watched that as like my 200th anime not that long ago. I was a very satisfying 200th anime. I was very glad with that decision.
That's a great one.
I watched it because my friend EMP Time made me watch Clannad, and I like watched it, and I was like, slice of life is terrible.
Stupid.
Kyoto animation
sucks.
Kyoto animation is stupid. I'm gonna watch like KyoAni just to shut everyone up, so I don't have to watch another KyoAni show ever again. And like within like 2 episodes, I fell in love with it. And it's like you were saying, Shaw, it's just like such a comfy show, and all the characters feel multifaceted. Like Yui isn't just like one personality trait.
All the characters in the show develop really nicely, and it's very subtle development as well. It doesn't like outright tell you like, oh, I have learned all these things while being with my friends. No, it's something you kind of have to watch for.
Especially Azusa's development, I think she has some of the best. Because her like slowly warming up to the group over like the entire show, and then the
finale.
And then the finale, everything just leads up. I cried the hardest I've ever cried to an anime.
I got really teary.
I cried really hard.
Oh my god. Yeah. The concert, afterwards, and I'm just like, and then we were so cool, and then I'm not crying, you're crying, and I'm like sobbing in my chair as I'm watching this cute girls do cute things slice of life anime.
I think like I cried for like most of the like last couple episodes of the second season and like half of the movie.
It's not a sad anime.
It's not. It's not
just
sad at all.
Because it's like your kids. It's like they have to grow up, and it's so sad.
Like, please come back.
Yeah, all good things have to come to an end, unfortunately.
Yeah.
No, never.
No.
But yeah, for me personally, like what made me like so like kind of like cry a little bit when watching KyoAni is that like I myself was in like an extracurricular activity in high school, and KyoAni got like hanging out with friends at like after school like down so well. Like
that part was perfect.
I was like, wow, if they replace this with like high school theater, this would basically be me IRL.
They definitely nailed that, and I think they nailed a lot of the like really like realistic friendship humor, because I think sometimes relationships in anime can kind of seem stiff. Like, I think sometimes the friendships can seem like very formal and maybe kind of lacking a certain humor. And then KyoAni really did a great job of showing just how comfortable they were with each other. Like, they weren't afraid to make like little jabs at each other. They weren't afraid to pull pranks on each other. Like, just a like wide range of like interactions. Like, we even have that one episode with like Ritsu and Mugi hanging out. And like,
that's a good episode.
Yeah, that's a great episode.
And that spawns the most intense anime moment of all time. Of course, talking about
how could you?
When Mugi steals a strawberry from Mio. That was like heartbreaking moment in it of itself. We all cried, and then so like even like small things like that, they really mastered that well, and that's not an easy thing to do.
Yeah, I haven't seen a show like tackle like high school high school friendships better than KyoAni. I think KyoAni is like the definitive like high school the relationships you have with people in high school better than. But
going back to the development part, I think it was Anime Every Day. He made a video on like life in animation or something it was called, and he was like focusing on KyoAni, and he was showing how like the characters like slowly changed like their seating positions as they got more comfortable with each other. That was pretty awesome.
Oh,
wow, yeah. I can see that, like, because Ritsu definitely tried to be more presidential in, like, the first couple episodes, but, like, within a couple, she's, like, slouching around everywhere.
She just gave up.
Classic Ritsu.
Classic Ritsu.
I mean, like, yeah, one of my favorite episodes, I think, is, like, when the air conditioning, like, they don't have air conditioning, and they're in school in the summer, and it's, like,
sweltering hot.
Really hot. And they just, like, they just sit around, like, thinking, like, I'm so hot. Like, stop saying you're so hot, but I'm so hot and tired. And I'm like, I've had this conversation so many times.
Yeah, I've said the exact same things. I think my favorite one is when I was like, this is what I aspire to be, was when they're like running that they're running that like 3K or something for gym class, and then you have them like training and practicing, and they like lose Yui, and they're like, where'd she go? And they're looking for her, and she's at her fucking neighbor's drinking tea. And I'm like, I can't believe you blew off the marathon to go like drink tea. That's such a you move. And then that's like, why didn't I get to blow off gym to go drink tea with my neighbor? Like, that shit is just like, this. It's like so ridiculous and funny, but it works.
Oh, and then they're like, oh, like, it's fine, we'll all finish the race together. And then Yui's like, wait a second, what if they don't have a snack for the person who runs last?
Honestly, we just get like ridiculously good animation of them running in slow motion. That part was amazing.
Yeah, it's like the things you should worry about. Like, you're skipping gym, and you're like, but what about my post-running snack? Like, oh my god.
What about my
priorities
snacks?
in mind?
Yeah.
So, it's, yeah, I mean, Kyoto Animation has done a lot of slice of life. I feel like that's mostly what they're known for, but it's such a high bar to pass. Like, they already did a really good show with a lot of slice of life elements in it with Haruhi and Clannad before KyoAni. Before K-On! I'd say Clannad more than Clannad After Story is more of a slice of life.
After Story is definitely a drama.
Yeah, After Story is like half drama and half slice of life.
I think that KyoAni should definitely get a lot of credit for kind of, let's say, as close to perfecting the slice of life mold as they can, because I think it also is like a lot of slice of life, especially the like the school ones that take place in a school setting. I feel like a lot of it is trying to paint this atmosphere of what it's like to be at school. You know, either like the relaxing, fun atmosphere of K-On, or then you have the somewhat somber but mysterious atmosphere of Hyoka. Like, they really paint the atmosphere well and can fill you with a sense of wonder. And I think that a lot of that comes from their animation, like, a lot of their designs plays into it. And they've really done a good job of creating unique, like, atmospheres for each of their shows. And I think that really plays into a lot of the enjoyment I have when I watch their slice of lives.
It was like that one... Sorry, go ahead.
No, Nico, you go.
So there's like, I don't know, there's like that one picture that's like all the different color palettes that KyoAni uses for all their different shows and how like that plays into like everything. Because like Hyoka's like lots of dark browns and stuff and
earth tones.
Yeah. Tamako is very pastel colors.
Yes.
So
it's like Tamako feels like an Easter egg hunt. Hyoka feels kind of like an oldest mystery. Like, they all feel different, even if they have like some similarities in how some of the character designs look. But they all have unique feels to that, which is really nice.
Yeah, I couldn't like take like a KyoAni show and like directly compare it because they're just all so different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They all do a great job of like making like really ordinary, like normal day things seem extraordinary. Like the first episode in Hyoka where the Kininarimasu scene comes out with Chitanda and like it like flashes like into Oreki's imagination of all these vines and flowers like growing out, and then it flashes like real quick back to like cut to his ordinary life.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite scenes is in that show is definitely like this showing and not telling of his emotions. Like, that was such a cool scene. Like,
Hyoka in general does lots of cool like experimental stuff. Like all the mysteries are done in like a different like fashion. Like some are really grainy and some are like really cartoony and some look like old textbook styles.
Oh, my favorite one is the puppet show one. Just because of like the theme, why it's so important. I was just like, oh my goodness, this is so good.
The puppet show one is really good.
Yeah, and like Tamako, just Yamada in general. I mean, it's been so long since I brought up Yamada on the podcast, right?
Dude.
But Yamada, she's so good at making those like ordinary adolescent periods of a person's life, and molding them and shaping them into something that seems at once like unique and extraordinary, but also super relatable to the viewer. Like, that's kind of the thing I get in Tamako Love Story, the thing I kind of get in like Hibike and especially K-On. Like, maybe you didn't have those exact experiences, but you can
But the
definitely
feelings
understand.
really resonate.
Especially with like Tomoko, because like I don't know what it's like to like work in a mall and sell mochi, but I can still like relate to like everything that happens, because it's like, yes, I would totally do something like this.
Yeah. Tomoko love story for me is like one of the most realistic, like authentic love stories, like romances as well. Just because it doesn't feel like they're harping on the romance part, they're harping on like, well, how is this going to affect my life kind of part.
The feeling over the
my favorite
actual
scene in a Tomoko love story, even though I love the romance of it because I think it's adorable and cute, and it's everything I aspire for in Chinese cartoons romances. But but my favorite scene is actually when it's between Mochizo and Tomoko's father, and Mochizo's trying to decide if he should like follow his dreams and go to the big city for college, or if he should kind of like stay in this small town. And he's like, his dad and Tomoko's dad is saying like, you know, no matter what you do, just remember to come home. And that's just such a like amazing message that I think anyone can really relate to. Like anyone who's turning 18, who's going off to college, who's moving on. Like, it's such a beautiful message that you can really relate to from adolescence. And that's the kind of small things that really make something feel genuine and, like, connect with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one hit me really hard, actually.
Yeah. And hey, if you, the listener, want to join in on these scenes that are hitting us hard, you can join the Tomoko rewatch in February.
I want to join that
self-promotion.
I think you also mentioned, I think, like, a lot of cool things with Slice of Life is, like, we're talking about how they resonate with you, and I think KyoAni really does coming of age really well. Like, we just saw EBK Season 2 come out this season. It was, a great coming of age story. We're talking about Tomoko Love's story. Even with, like, Free Eternal Summer, like, it's a really beautiful coming of age story, and they're all presented in really different ways, but they all feel genuine, even if you haven't shared the same experiences.
Oh god, Free Eternal Summer hit me so hard. That was unexpected.
Came for the, like, man service, and then all of a sudden we're getting hit with, like, wait a minute, you have to decide your future. What is this?
Like, oh shit.
Fuck. Oh shit.
And I can't even read.
Especially...
But yeah, I mean, KyoAni is obviously one studio that's really great with Slice of Life, but I feel like there's a couple others too. One that comes up often is PA Works. And does someone else want to talk about how great they are?
So, I will somewhat do that. So, first one that came to mind was Hana Iroha. So that one was really cool. That's about, a girl who goes to work in her grandma's inn, and it's like a very traditional inn. And it's kind of a slice of life following her just learning how to work in an inn as she's not like a waitress, right?
No, she's like a custodian almost. Well,
she's like a maid. She's like a maid.
Yeah, kind of maid's a term that would work.
Yeah, so she's like a maid, and it's interesting because it's a lot of it's about her. The main character's name is Ohana, and she has a very big personality, and she's very outgoing, really quirky. Yeah, she's really great. But it's also interesting because a lot of her life is defined by, like, her parents' decisions. Like, her mom decided to ship her off to her grandma's house. Like, whatever she does at the inn is determined by her grandma. But it's interesting. It's, like, a coming of age for her, and then, like, all the other workers as they all kind of, you know, try and do their best and accomplish their dreams, and even if some outside adversity gets in the way, like, just try and stick with what they want to do. What's her phrase again? She wants to, like, go be festive or something?
Yeah.
I want to find this.
Something about...
What's her quote?
Oh, she wants to fest it. That's right.
Yeah, we're going to fest it up. She always wants to fest it up. So, it's interesting to see how all the characters come together. This is, like, maybe a bad comparison, but it kind of reminded me of, like, Mary-Kate and Ashley movies. I don't know why. like it really reminded me of, like, the Mary-Kate and Ashley movies I'd watched growing up, where they have, like, a different theme and setting. Take that as you will, but it's a pretty interesting watch. Yeah, I'm thinking of the one where they're, like, Bahamas and Atlantis. I don't know why, but you know, it's pretty interesting. I think they had some gorgeous backgrounds. We were talking before, like, do we determine if Shirobaka Shirobako is a slice of life or not? Is that one of those ones on the edge?
To me, Shirobako and like PA Works' other show, Kuromukuro, have slice of life elements to them, but they're
That's not on
exactly.
the forefront.
Yeah, it's just something that's an aspect.
Shirobako is like anime production and then workplace drama and then like
Slice of life
slice
is
of
like
life. It's like mixed in there to make everything flow, but I would never
Right.
say slice of life was ever a focus in Shirobako.
Yeah, I feel like it has a slice of life tone, but it's not a slice of life.
Cause like,
Kuromukuro is the same too, because like it happens with like mechs and like alien invasions and stuff, but also like, oh no, we gotta go back to school and we gotta do school things and we gotta like have a festival and like stuff like that.
That makes
So-
sense. That makes sense. So I think I'm not sure if they have a general like tone in PA Works. Like I don't know if they have the same kind of tone that I feel with like KyoAni.
Mhm.
I think I guess it since the ones I've seen, Hano Iraha and then Shirobako, they're both like workplace slice of life. They're
and then
more
there's
like
also doing that one that's called like Sakura Reset or something that's kind of in the supposed to be in the same vein, I think, as Shirobako and
Oh, the one that's coming
Well,
out soon, right?
yeah, the one that's about like tour guides or something. I don't actually know. I don't
They do a lot of tourism like stuff. They did
Yeah.
Koitabi True Tears. Not True Tears,
Oh.
True Tours. That's a different anime.
True
True
Tears
Tears.
is
Oh my
cool.
goodness. But True Tours, it's like 3 small like 5-minute episodes like taking place in like small towns with like
It's basically an
Ordinary
advertisement
people visiting-
for just tourism.
yes, and one person is very passionate about these shorts. But I don't know if it's as much of a focus as it is for KyoAni. I think they like having elements to it. Like they had Tari Tari, which is another anime they did. Did anyone else here watch Tari Tari?
It's on my plan to
I did
watch
not.
list.
I have
But
not
I've heard
watched
it's
it.
like kind of a slice of life, kind of drama, a little bit.
It's definitely more drama than slice of life to me. Like there's definitely slice of life elements. It wants to be, but it kind of, to me, it just felt anyway that it felt like they were kind of rushed towards an ending, and so a lot of the slice of life aspects to it kind of faded away to more of the drama aspects by the end.
so I think
So I don't know.
it seems like a lot of like drama mixed in with slice of life, but not trying to have the drama be too overplayed. So then it just feels more of like everyday slice of life drama. This is getting bad with hot like buzzwords.
Drama.
It's a deconstruction of the slice of life drama. Okay.
Oh my god.
This is
Oh my
The
god,
symbolism.
getting too deconstructed.
It's such a deconstruction. It's a reconstruction. It's like
they
the deep south.
broke it down.
Get
and
your building
built
hats
it
on.
back
We're
up
gonna
3
reconstruct some
times.
shit.
Oh my god.
To construct new genres, I must destroy old ones. Hey, but that podcast already happened a while ago. But another studio that I think kind of goes with slice of life as well is Doga Kobo.
They're
They've
like-
done stuff.
They're like
they're up
specifically
and
cute
coming.
girls.
They're
That's like
kind
their
of a-
thing.
They've kind of also been around for a while. I remember I was like really surprised because everyone knows about them now just because they've done a lot of newer anime, but they've been around since like 1973.
Yeah, but they've only really like started making things like big in recent years, I think.
Yeah, like 2011
When did
is when
Yuri
they did Yuru Yuri. Exactly.
Yuri was
Yuri.
like when they started becoming a big name studio.
Exactly.
And then they did
When
Love
they-
Lab after that, right?
Uh-huh. Yeah, they did Love Lab, they did Majestic Prince, they did Mikakunin, Gekkan Shoujo no Zaki-kun, Donten ni Wareu. They did Plastic Memories. Like they, much like you were saying, Shaw, they have like KyoAni a very similar character design, kind of like you watch a Doga Kobo show and you're like, oh, this is definitely a Doga Kobo show.
If the hair flies around like water, then it's a Doga Kobo show.
Also, if like people are blushing all the time and like you have really happy peppy OPs and EDs as well, like Sansha Sanyo and Himoto Umaru-chan. Himoto Umaru-chan was like super like that was
That OP,
an OP on coke.
I don't know what that OP was. I just like seeing all the remixes because it's a very memeable OP.
It is. Just they have a lot of memeable OPs, like Gekkan Shoujo Nozaki-kun's OP's been memed a lot. Mikakunin has been memed a lot. Umaru-chan's New Game.
New Game was
also
New Game was very good.
New Game was like definitely more of a slice of life than Shirobako was.
Yes.
Despite both taking place in like a workplace.
Yeah, cause like New Game, it's like the game creation was like the backside thing, and like the character interactions happen because of like the game development. But with like Shirobako, it was like anime production was like foremost, and then character interactions happen. Yeah. Where New Game, it was just kind of like they're making a game, but watch the characters go eat lunch, which I think is where the biggest distinction comes in between New Game and Shirobako in terms of what they were trying to accomplish. It shows.
In Shirobako, they don't even have time for lunch.
No, they're too busy.
Yeah, but yeah, and like, so I guess goes back what you were saying before, Nico, with how cute girls doing cute things is kind of like a subgenre of slice of life as well. So I don't know. I like their works. Sometimes their stuff like looks really good. Like there are a couple of scenes with Mikakunin I was watching. I was like, whoa, am I watching like an adaptation of like a Yonkoma that's like a comedy, or am I watching like a really hype action kind of anime?
Yeah, Mikakunin was a really good show. I liked it a lot. It was
really fun.
It kind of just had like always like moving characters, and so it always just felt like I was having a good time. I don't really remember that much about it, but I just remember having a good time, and I feel like that's a pretty big thing with slice of life, is you kind of just want to have fun with it.
Yeah.
I think that's a huge point. I think like enjoyment value should definitely be kind of forefront with slice of life, because unless they have like a really like deep theme, then there's not really much else to go by with that.
It's a very superficial, you could say, maybe, or I guess surface level kind of thing.
Yeah. So we got KyoAni, we got Doga Kobo, we got PA Works. Anyone got any slice of life they want to talk about outside of these big studio names?
I guess one of my favorites is because I personally don't really enjoy, like, I guess typical cute girls doing cute things, like the general formula. I don't really enjoy it that much, because except for like, I guess K-On, because I find like a lot of times they don't end up feeling genuine to me. So a lot of times their interactions, I just don't find them enjoyable. Like if I'll watch a cute girls doing cute things, they really have to have like, you really have to be like really funny or have something else going on. So that's a huge thing for me, as I like slice of lives that are more like comedic based. So one of my favorite is Genshiken. I watched it recently, even though it's from 2004, so it's another one of the old slice of lives that probably got lost back in the, because it's, you know, it's like before 2006,
before
so it doesn't really
was,
exist.
You know, a thing, yeah.
What?
Yeah, like, so it doesn't exist.
I thought there was like NGE, Cowboy Bebop, and then
you know, there's exceptions.
And then
you forgot about
UC
Gundam.
I don't know what that is.
I think that's the point.
Is a Gundam?
That's the point. They forgot about
What's
it
a
because it doesn't
Gundam?
exist.
Are you
It's
talking
like a
about those
mech,
things
but it's
that
chess
show up
pieces.
in like Aldenoa? Is that what you're talking about?
Is that what those
They're
things
my-
are?
The ones that showed up in Akito the Exiled.
That's my
Shit.
favorite slice of life, is Akito the Exile.
Same.
But
Same.
that's actually a funny note, but like that's for another time. But yeah, so this one, so Genshiken exists, somewhat exists back in 2004, and it's pretty much about I'm calling it Weeb Club because it's not the anime club, it's not the manga club, it's the anime, manga, visual novel, video game club. So it's pretty much Weeb Club in a college setting. And the basic premise is, you know, it starts off with your one guy who looks like, you know, typical MC-kun who just, like, wants to find a club in college. But then it ends up being more about, this one girl who starts dating this guy who is very normie looking. Like, he's this really,
He's like the most
hot
normie
guy.
out of the group.
Yeah, he's the most normie looking guy who's, like, really hot. And he doesn't look like a weeb, but he happens to, like, be in the club and he follows weeb stuff. And it's all about her trying to get him to leave, like, get the Genshiken club and tries to get him to be a normie again. And they have really hilarious interactions where, like, they try and explain the appeal to, like, 2D girls, you know, like this other girl.
They explain two 2D girls.
Exactly. They explain it to a 2D girl about 2D girls. And they have some really funny interactions. And it's all about, like, you know, as she is trying to get her boyfriend to leave the Weeb Club, she's, of course, getting more accustomed to Weeb Club and seeing that it's not that bad. So I've only seen the first season, and I'm starting the second season. But I think it really works because it's not really, like, cringy. It doesn't feel like nothing's really over the top. Like, you don't have, you know, it's not like Comic-Con weebs with everyone in, like,
God.
everyone, like, acting ridiculous and cringy. It's just really, like, these are some college guys. Nani? Yeah, they're not.
Nani?
It's like these college kids who, this is just their interest, and they go to cons and stuff, but they're not really in your face about it. And I think that works out really well.
It almost feels like an outsider's perspective onto like the weeb kind of community, I
Atmosphere.
guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what's interesting about it.
Yeah.
Because it'll show like the weebs going like to buy dojins and stuff. It's like going to conventions, stuff like that.
Yeah, and it's never, I don't think it ever tries to make it be like...
Never really glorifies it, ever.
It never glorifies it, and then it doesn't even really like trash on it. It just really is what it is.
It just shows it what it is.
These guys get up at 6, they get on a packed train, they wait outside for 4 hours, and then they're in the convention. Like, it's pretty basic stuff like that.
That sounds familiar.
That is real life. So, I think that's a fun one. And a lot of people have been looking for, like, a college setting instead of a high school setting, and you really do feel the difference. It feels like they're more of adults. They don't have, like, high school bullshit. They have college bullshit. So, but not too much bullshit. It's just mostly funny stuff. So, I think it's worth a shot as one of the, you know, outdated anime that doesn't exist.
Yeah, it totally does exist. It's a weird little conundrum. It happens.
It happens sometimes.
Yeah. Well, I'll put that on the plan to watch. How about you, Nico? You got anything that we haven't touched on yet?
I guess if like we want to talk about like, because like I think Shaw was talking about how like shows have to have like some kind of thing that they do special, or like it's not going to be interesting. And you got something like Kinmoza, which is like
Kirino Mosaic, yes.
Yeah, where it's just like it's great because it's just I don't know. It kind of like catches that feeling of like having friends that are from different countries. Because it's like, there's like slight language barriers and all these culture barriers that you like wouldn't expect. And I like how they bounce off of each other. And all the characters, I don't know, the characters are great. The English is the best. I don't know.
Love me some English.
The English is,
English can be really entertaining.
English is extremely entertaining when it's said by people that I don't understand it, but it sounds cute. I kind of understand what they're saying.
That one Gochu Usa clip of like the two kids being like, coffee.
Oh my god.
Tea.
Coffee.
Wait, is that the show with the ridiculously cute ED?
I think so, yes.
Yes.
The one where it looks like an actual like Disney Channel ED? Like that one, that's an adorable ED. Like that's the cutest thing I've ever seen.
Oh man. I haven't seen it, so I can't actually attest to
I'll have
the
to find
cuteness
it,
of
but
its
it's
ED.
like pretty adorable.
But yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about Kinmoza.
Actually, I've heard
a lot of people
not
still
so
talk
good
about Kirino Mosaic.
Surprising. I've heard that it's actually kind of like mediocre when it comes to like moe shows. But I haven't seen it yet.
It has a lot of good quality memes.
Dude,
it was like the first
memes.
moe show I ever watched, so I guess I just kind of remember it because of that. I don't know. It was fun.
I gotta check it out.
The characters are fun. Yeah. The English is interesting.
English should always be interesting.
And like Karen is best girl.
English should always be interesting.
Just like,
but yeah. No, I feel you.
I don't know.
For me, it's gotta be Soriga Seiyuu, which aired not too long ago. I want to say
it aired summer 2015, if I remember correctly.
It did air summer 2015. Yeah, good memory, Becker. You're the best,
dude. You're the best.
No, you're the best,
dude.
You know what wasn't the best? Soriga Seiyuu. Like it's not the best, but it was enjoyable. I liked watching it.
I enjoyed it. I thought it was funny that they had like actual like voice actors play themselves on the show. Like they had, they had like the Japanese Seiyuu for Goku. They had like Hiroshi Kamiya. if I remember.
Kamiya, Kamiya came on. They had did they have Daisuke Ono come on? I don't know. They had like a lot of like really famous people come on. They had Rie Kugiyama, I believe, come on as well.
I think so.
The goddess of tsunderes, and she was great. She was just, there was one of them where like they just come on as like this really old person and just like eating snacks, and they're like, yes, this is actually how I am when I'm not recording.
Yeah,
it was really nice.
I think it was from the same person who I don't even remember. They wrote something that is also about like the industry, if I remember correctly.
Yes. Hold on. I'll think of it.
Ooh.
But while I'm thinking of it, I'll also talk about why I like Sorigaseu. Because I think I'm going to be able to multitask.
Ooh. You go, girl.
Ooh. Yeah, I can do it. But but what I really liked about Sorigaseu is how they had like new voice actresses take on the parts of the characters who are new voice actresses. And most of so there were 3 main characters, and 2 of them have gotten like parts here and there, but still are very much in the new stage. But for one of them, she is Rie Takahashi, who, if you don't know who she is, you've definitely heard her voice.
She's
over
been in
the last
a lot of
couple
big
years.
shows.
She's been a lot of things recently.
Because she's Amelia in ReZero. She was Kaon in Comet Lucifer.
She was
unfortunately,
She was Megumi.
Megumi.
Yeah, she was Megumi.
She was
Megumi.
Explosion.
Konosuba.
She was
Explosions.
Megumi.
Oh.
So, yeah, in Konosuba, she was Audio-kun and Shirobako.
She was somebody in Keijo. I forget. She was like one of the characters.
Oh yeah, I remember that. She was like the yandere chick.
Yeah.
And she just took on Risa Teneda's role as Shielder in Fate Grand Order.
That one's going to be
so she's going to be playing that in the hour-long special that's going to air on New Year's Day, which I'm very excited for.
I am extremely excited for that.
Yes, Shielder, best girl.
Yes.
But yeah, it's really, really cool to see her, like, her steady rise, like, and like in the anime they talk about how they just need that one big break. And she kind of got it with Megumin in Konosuba. And after that, she's just like exploded. No pun intended.
Oh man,
Pun was so intended.
that was a well placed pun. Not gonna lie.
If that was a non-intended pun, then
I
you
feel like
failed.
that was pretty intended, actually.
It was intended, but it worked.
I didn't intend it, to be honest. I'm not gonna give myself that credit. But it was very great. I'm gonna give myself credit for that. Good job, Atashi. But yeah, I thought it was enjoyable. And I really liked how they would like riff on like really famous EDs at the end. Like they would pretend to do like a radio show with their characters.
Yeah, that's right.
The request.
I remember they did the NGE
this week,
ED.
They did, and it's absolutely hilarious because they like do it super like moe happy like, and I'm like, that is not the NGEOP. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was cute. It was a nice look into the voice acting industry. How about you, Bex? Are you gonna stick with Genshiken, or you got another one up your sleeve? That's not Aria?
That's not Aria. Well, okay. I
mean, you're welcome to talk about Aria forever, but I don't think you should do it on this podcast. I want you to do it off air, okay? Just for me personally.
I'll talk about what I think is an underrated slice of life series. It's called Hidamari Sketch. It's not Gintama. Is Gintama even a slice of life? What isn't Gintama actually?
Gintama is everything.
Gintama is everything.
Is the pinnacle.
That's what I've learned from watching 200
mecha.
episodes in 4 weeks. I have decided that Gintama is everything and nothing at the same time. That is my.
Gintama is the void.
Gintama is the alpha
Gintama's
and omega.
a black hole. Gintama is toxic if it's the black hole. It's just eating up everything.
Gintama is like the stomach of. Oh my god. Why can't I remember? Oh my god! And Fullmetal Alchemist, the dude who constantly ate. Gluttony, yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Gintama is the stomach of gluttony. Why could?
Yo, who's the dude?
Anyway,
Jesus.
Spoilers.
Spoilers. Rip.
Your favorite slice of life.
So
that's not Aria that you want to talk about.
I just remembered. I was gonna say Hidamari Sketch, but I thought of another one that I really like, and that's Mushishi.
Ooh, my favorite. 420.
Snap.
So Mushishi.
MC's 420 status, right?
What is that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh,
Yes.
what else?
Ooh, what else? But yeah, Mushishi is a very simple show. It's about a guy named Ginkgo who is a mushi master.
Not even named
Mushishi.
Mushishi.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's where it comes in.
Yeah, that's what it means. But it's about this guy who's basically like a witch doctor, and he travels the world. He travels like this, like ancient Japan in these very modern clothes. In modern
Japan,
clothing,
right?
Yeah. I always thought he was like a time traveler at first with the modern clothing, but no, the author just wanted to just stick with. He originally was going to put it in like a modern setting, if I remember correctly, and he just decided, oh fuck that, I'm just going to put it in ancient Japan, but I'm going to keep the modern clothes for Ginkgo. And he looks fashionable as fuck. He looks cool.
He wanted to be stylish in, ancient Japan where they were like nothing.
Oh yeah.
Not gonna lie, he might as well just be Snoop Dogg.
He might as well.
Smoke
what if it was
every day.
That's why I wanted to be
that's
Snoop
why he's
Dogg.
smoking the cigarette all the time. He's just smoking weed every day.
But does he
That's what I
smoke
thought.
ginkgo
No,
leaves?
there's actually like a
Smoke
reason
weed
why he
every
smokes
day.
all the time. They explain it in like the first episode.
There's always a reason to be smoking all the time.
Dude,
Like,
does he
we have
smoke?
It's
a good reason.
No, it's actually because he's depressed and he needs that. But no, it's a very simple show. It's extremely episodic. I think there's like one or two episodes that actually reference like past events, but it's like folklore. They're like folk stories, and they're very slow. It's very atmospheric. The directing is fantastic. The music's great. It looks amazing. And the story is like kind of, like I said, they're folklore, so like they sometimes they have morals and sometimes they don't. Sometimes Ginkgo just fucks up as like a doctor and people die. That's kind of what I like about him. Yeah.
Whoa.
It gets really dark
It'll
sometimes.
take
that
away his
coming.
license.
Yeah.
No more
Well,
doctor for him.
spoilers.
I mean, I'm not
Spoilers,
gonna.
it's not your average slice of
People
life.
die when people die when they're killed.
People die when
No,
they're
they
killed
don't.
by little ghost bugs. But yeah, it's about Ginkgo just dealing with people with Mushi, and sometimes he doesn't get it right, which I like that he's not like perfect. He's just an ordinary guy. That's kind of his job, is just to be a witch doctor of some sort. But yeah, it's really soothing. I watched it originally because I had like insomnia about like 2 years ago, and I just needed something that was like quote unquote boring or comfy, and it kind of worked, but I also got kind of interested in the show when I was watching it, and I was like, this isn't helping my insomnia. I like this show. God
No,
damn it.
it's good.
Oh no!
It's no Texanalize, right? Shaw?
Dude, hey,
Yeah.
hey.
I
I'm a big fan
fell
of
asleep to
Technolize.
that
Those are fighting words.
I like
I
that
haven't
show,
seen
but I
it,
fell
Shaw
asleep
went to
for.
sleep.
I watched
It's
9
really tough.
episodes, and I fell asleep to every single episode. It was
No,
terrible.
it's not just me. It's not just me. And like, I fall asleep to a lot of shows because it's like nighttime. I fell asleep to that at like 12 p.m., like noon.
God damn it. Man, I don't like this bullying, please. But,
Technology is
Just
best
stop.
slice of life. It's my favorite comfy show.
dude, it's so comfy. That
It's
first
so
episode
comfy.
and
They're so
everything.
comfy.
Damn.
Like, you just hear someone breathe and you're like, oh, I can go to sleep
What's with
now.
all the breathing? What the fuck?
Nah,
But yeah.
I used to get great teacher Onizuka and Mushishi confused all the
Really?
time
Wow.
because like they both had like old dudes smoking. So I remember like someone would ask me like, "Oh, have you heard about Mushishi? I heard it's pretty good." I'm like, "Yeah, that's the one about a teacher, right?" I'm like, "No, have you read the mal description of Mushishi?" And apparently, great teacher Onizuka and Mushishi are
They're
not about the same
completely
thing.
different. Both enjoyable shows, but completely different.
Same, but not same.
But yeah, Mushishi is not, I wouldn't say it's like a super like too deep for you show. It's just like a really relaxing and soothing show to watch. That's why, like, it's just enjoyable for me to watch personally.
Mhm.
But like, if someone says like, "Oh, this is like the most deep shit ever," like, they're probably talking out of their ass. Not gonna lie.
What if they have a condition, Becker?
You know,
What if
happens?
they can only talk about symbolism?
I mean, I
What
guess
if they can
I
only
guess-
talk about deconstruction?
Dude, Mushishi is a deconstruction of something or
Modern
other. but-
Japan.
Modern
Great
it's a
teacher Onizuka.
deconstruction of modern Japan.
Mushishi is really just about how like modern Japan fell apart, and Ginkgo is like the only person who found clothes in like some rundown building somewhere. It's actually the future.
It's actually Phil of the future.
Dude,
It's actually
Phil the Future is
deconstruction
my
of Phil of the
favorite
Future.
anime.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Not even Corey in the house.
Well, Corey in the House is super overrated.
Whoa, those are
Okay,
fighting.
snob.
It's number one on Mouth for
What
a
a
reason.
snob.
Okay.
All right, we're getting pretty
Just
good.
I thought
'cause
that
you're
was
better than a
Gentama.
casual.
I thought Gentama was number one on Mal. I thought
No.
everything was Gentama.
Well,
Not
top
for
10 is at
long.
least a lot of Gintama on Mao. But yeah, Mushishi is like one of the reasons I really like Slice of Life, and that there's like so
Mhm.
much variety in the genre. It's really hard to pin down, like we talked about earlier. It's very hard to pin down like what makes Slice of Life and what isn't Slice of Life. Like you kind of know when you see
Mhm.
it, but like sometimes you kind of don't know when you see it. But
yeah.
I like that I
To me,
can-
Cardcaptor Sakura is kind of slice of life as well. when
I've seen
it's
about
also
22
Mahou
episodes,
shoujo.
and I can kind of say there are Slice of Life moments, but it's like,
Mhm. It's not though.
yeah,
I feel like it's like
It's
I feel like it's not because I feel like there's action, but then I feel like that it would still be slice of life. That's tough.
even without the action, right? Yeah.
It's
But
got
yeah.
moments that I would say it's slice of life, but it doesn't
Slice of
try to
life
always be
elements.
slice of life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It has slice of life elements. Our new favorite.
Right.
Dude, that's a good like buzz term or buzzword to use.
Mm.
It's got
Elements of
Elements.
slice of life. It's
or just
like it's
elements
got
of
toads.
just insert genre here.
lingering tones of slice of life.
It's got undertones.
Oh my god.
a little smoky taste.
Oh my god. Ooh, what
A
else?
little rose.
Ooh.
Rose in there as well. And is
Mm.
that a 1975 Chardonnay I smell?
Ooh.
I detect a hint.
It's sprinkled
you can
here
get
and
really
there.
protections with slice of lives.
Yeah.
Also, is it slice of lives or is it slice of lives?
Slice
If
of
you're talking
lives
about-
No, it's
because
a
you only have
slice.
one
Why
life.
can't it just be a piece
You only
of
have one
life?
life.
You only have one
I
life.
think it's
YOLO.
it's like anime.
Like-
You don't say animes. It's plural in its singular form.
This is true, but that's because anime is a Japanese term.
Life is
But
also
it's-
a Japanese term.
That's true.
Life is like a slice of
Life.
chocolate. You never know what you're gonna get or something.
Thank you, Forrest. Yeah, I mean, talking about to close off, I think we should maybe talk about shows that had slice of life elements and how they might have used it for different ends. Like Haruhi, definitely at first tries to make it seem like it's a typical slice of life, but part of its lasting charm, one would say, is how it kind of subverts and was kind of one of the first really to like go about and changing all the or like setting up the tropes and like really owning the tropes as well simultaneously of what we would come to love and
It
slice
was
of
really
life
big
today.
for
Like,
like light novels. To
yeah. Like, let's not forget the God Knows concert, and God knows now that every anime needs to have like a random concert during the school festival to sell singles.
We
Yeah.
do. We always
Like
have to have.
Origairu.
dude, wait, Origairu has like a concert scene?
Yeah, it
It
does.
I
is?
haven't seen
Yeah.
Origairu yet.
Oh,
That's
I
like
forgot
the-
about that.
Yeah, it had it
Oh,
in
I
like season
remember
1.
now.
It happens out of nowhere.
Yeah, it
They're
was
just
really
like,
weird.
guys, we need someone to sing this. They're like, but we don't have a band. And they're like, why don't you two sing it? They're like,
Oh, that's right.
why? And they're like, because you're the two female MCs who are also really well known for singing well, and we could sell the shit out of the single.
Fuck
And
yeah!
they're like, oh, okay, let's
I see
do
what
it.
you're doing.
So, yeah, and I think Gakkougurashi and Soro no Woto did a good job of having slice of life elements in there and like twisting them kind of and changing them to fit their own message, which kind of made the contrast between what they were doing and the slice of life elements that they had stand out more.
Wait, is Gakkougurashi the show that gets like spoilers for Gakkougurashi Dark later on? Like
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
It
That's
has
like
one
a-
of those
like the
best
twist that
first
like
episodes.
nobody like that everyone saw coming almost, or that I.
No, I didn't see it coming.
I didn't.
I mean,
I had
source readers
no
saw it
idea.
coming because they read the source.
I mean, I
But
know
if
it
you, like,
now.
had no
Because they're
idea.
source
I haven't seen the
readers.
show, but I know it's coming whenever I watch it. But
I like that one
Do
because
you though?
I like that one because I watched that and I had no idea, and like it was one of those most like cancerous 20 minutes I saw of like the first episode. It was
Wow.
like pure cancer.
Yeah, the first
and I was, like-
episode was kind of bad, and then it
And then,
pulls
like,
it out.
and then you get the twist, and you're like, oh my god, like holy shit! That it was like a huge holy shit moment, and it was made the 20 minutes of cancer all worth it.
I
But it was
remember
cool
because
because
I watched it and I told Shaw she needed to watch it, and Shaw's like texting me throughout. She's like, "Can I just kill myself after watching this episode? Because it's
I hate
terrible."
this elf. And then I was like, oh, okay, holy shit. And then you're like, ha ha ha.
I got you.
Yeah.
They're actually going on a field trip to the mall.
So much.
I like field trips.
Mall was pretty great. But yeah, I like when it is interesting when you see some shows kind of use like slice of life elements to highlight like a certain atmosphere, and then try and like you get used to a certain atmosphere of normalcy and then they completely flip it. And it kind of makes you want to go back to the like cute girls doing cute things moment, or like just normal boring stuff, because when like shit hits the fan, you're like, wait, I didn't sign up for this. This is too intense.
I was watching a show about fun, and this is not fun.
Yeah.
This is no longer
This
fun.
is depressing.
I think two shows that did that really well. What you're saying, like making you want to go back to that slice of life aspect. The first one that comes to mind is Railgun.
Ooh, that's
Especially,
a good
like-
pick.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Rogan
Yeah.
has a lot of
That's a good
slice of life
call.
elements to it.
Especially the first filler arc, the second half of season 1 has
That was
a
like-
ton of slice of life.
That was like
Which I
nothing
think was
That's
kind
a
of
good
better
call.
than like the
I
first half of season 1, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think like
like
I think I liked
Mhm.
how the whole like first season was like, it was like a mix, and you can kind of tell there were like some other things going on, but because you were so used to that comfy tone of like the four girls going and like cooking and shit for kids and whatever, like when the second season happened, it was such a heel turn. Like it was just ridiculous. Like if I saw the same things happen in the second season in any other show because that I was prepared for, it wouldn't really seem that extreme. But because it was
Mhm.
prefaced by this huge slice of life portion, I was like, whoa, this is I'm scared shitless right now. This is real. This is not okay. I'm not okay. No one's okay. Like,
Kind of like the
Completely
no
freaked
one's
out.
Steins.
okay.
no
Kind of
one
like the
is okay.
Steins Gate effect of like, here's your first half.
That was
of
going to be my
happiness.
second anime. Exactly.
And
Yeah,
then
I hear
uh,
Steins Gate does good with that. Can't confirm, but like, I hear good things.
I also
Yeah,
heard
Steins
something.
Gate is my favorite slice of life, actually.
Guys,
Steins-
Steins Gate is actually my favorite romance. I
It
also
only
really
has-
like the slice of life part of it. Like the first half is the best slice of life because I feel like all the characters like they interact with each other like so authentically and like genuinely, and like it makes you really feel like they're like best friends. Oh, hi Shaw, how are you doing?
The worst part is your white girl voice sounds like your normal voice, so it doesn't even
Fate
sound
is
different.
actually a white girl.
Ouch.
Fate is a white girl.
They're on to me. They're on to
worst
me.
part is,
Shaw's
like-
the only one who's met me, and so she's the only one who can confirm.
I will dox Fate as the white girl he is. But yeah, even though you're joking, that's actually for real. But I think it does make you appreciate like the like somewhat mundane moments of daily life, and then when like shit hits the fan in these environments where you really don't want shit to hit the fan, you're like, no,
Bring back
take me
the
back.
happy.
Bring back the happy.
I was like,
Bring back
it is
the
like,
happy.
it is.
I came here for a good
It
time.
is not
and I'm,
nice
I'm
to
not
meet
having
you.
a good time, guys. Like,
Yeah.
bring it back.
Not nice to meet you at all.
This is not Daijobu. This is not okay. But it's
No.
it's definitely cool to see how it can be used in like different ways. I definitely appreciate that. Like with Gakkougurashi, I might have a slight preference for that because I might like the way they're showing the cute girls doing cute things environment as a somewhat mental illness aspect. I might have a preference for that because I think cute girls doing cute things can sometimes be a little like insane, but that's just me. But I like how they do that.
I was like, where's she going with this?
I was like,
Like-
okay, Sha, maybe we should end this then.
It's
I
like,
think I've gone
"And that's a wrap. We're
And
no
I've
longer
gone-
doing this live.
I've gone full in Gakkougurashi insane. And on that note, it's time
It's
to go on a field trip.
Gakkougurashi.
I want to go on a field trip.
Yeah. And for me, Soro no Woto was really nice too, because that felt more of a slice of life, because it was like slice of life in a post-apocalyptic world. Like everyone's doing like ordinary thing, like, oh, it's time to do the laundry, or like, oh, it's time to like take out some potatoes, and like, hey, what's that fish? That's not a fish. That was a dolphin.
What?
I was
That's
like,
a dolphin.
what?
It sounds so much worse if you say it like that.
I am the best explainer of things. I'm pretty sure I should just like review stuff for everyone.
Should you though?
Should I though? Just for you.
Dude, just ooh, what else?
This is getting X-rated. We need to wrap up the X-ratedness. This is getting lewd.
This is getting so lewd.
Too lewd for
and
me.
We can't have lewd. We can't have lewd in our slice of life. So, anyone have any closing thoughts? Anything we didn't get to? Nico, got anything to say?
I was gonna bring up like Spice and Wolf. Is that would you consider that a slice of life? Because that's like just like two characters like going around. I don't know if I would consider that a slice of life.
I mean, I think
Spice and Wolf more like slice and
Slice
life
of
wolf.
Slice of pie. Slice of apples.
Well, humble brag, but Fate and I were lucky enough to meet the Spice and Wolf author at Comic-Con. And because Fate actually speaks Japanese, Fate formed a friendship with the Spice and Wolf author, and they bonded over like waifus and shit in line when we were getting our shit signed. So
It was amazing.
So Fate actually asked him like, "Hey, would you consider Spice and Wolf a slice of life?" And he's like, "Nah, I just wrote it so doujins would get published in the future that I could read it. So we can confirm it's not a slice of life."
She's like half joking, but also like he spent more time talking about and promoting doujins about Spice and Wolf than talking about Spice and Wolf.
Yeah, I'm like
Wow.
60%.
He was like, "Guys, have you read Harvest?"
yeah, he's like,
And like some people raise their hands, just like, "Ah, Subarashi, that's amazing." He's like, "Isn't Harvest?" And then he like goes like on a 10-minute rant about like how he was really worried about how the Ellen illustrations and the anime would portray like Tolo's boob size, because that was something
Yeah.
he was really passionate about.
that's what he wanted the adaptation to get right. Like, you have to get her boob size right. Otherwise, no dice.
You know what? If I was a light novel author and
I
I
would
got
care
to,
about that too. Like
that would be very important. That would be like
proportions
number one
are
priority.
super important.
We don't need animation. We can have still frames as long as the boobs are the right size.
And he was like, like the manga artist, he's really great, but he likes his women a little bigger. And like the translator got like really red, and she's like, he means like big chested, and he's like, I prefer like flatter chests.
He's
But
team
all
flat
that-
as justice.
This Arthur is lewd, honestly.
He is, but he also likes Asuka more than Rei in Evangelion, which is how we became best bros.
He's a good
Yeah,
man.
they like text sometimes. It's kind of gay.
They're Snapchat friends.
No, Becker, don't get jealous, okay?
Dude, I'm not even jelly. I understand. It's an open relationship. It's fine.
Oh God, we really need to. Well, I don't know if I have anything more to say for now. A slice of life.
Yeah, I'm cutting myself off here.
Yeah, I don't want to say anything stupid or strangely racist.
I think I've already gone too far.
Does that usually happen when you're talking about slice of life anime? Maybe.
Becker and his 11s. What can you even do?
Why are they all
Kogias,
Japanese?
a great slice of. Why are
Guys,
the
the school
11s
festival
Japanese?
The pizza,
Yo,
the
wait.
pizza making episode. That was the best episode in Code Geass. Let's be real here.
Wait, you remember how you said that, what's it? Akito, those movies, are slice of life? Fun fact, when I was watching those, the best part of the movies were the slice of life aspects. So,
Well, there you go. Motivation
go.
to
There you
watch
go.
Akido.
no, don't do
mean,
that.
don't-
No,
You
no,
should
don't
ra-
actually
you
do that.
I'd
No,
rather
you shouldn't
Shinae.
actually watch
If you got-
those. Don't watch those.
Don't,
Unless you just
do not
really
actually
love
do that.
Code Geass.
You will shine.
You will shine yourself. That means
Guys, so if we learned anything from this slice of life episode, it is that you should not watch the Akido the Exiled movies. Well, thanks so much for listening. I've been Fate Steel Taylor, and this has been the R Anime Podcast. Don't forget to subscribe, and until next time, stay tuned.